These are the most traumatizing deaths by Zack films, from a guy sliding into a pool but ended up getting split in half by a nail, to a guy eating live cockroaches but ended up suffocating from them.
The nail tore into his stomach, slicing it open. The story claims
Yo!
he snuck into a construction site after drinking too much and began to mess around with the equipment.
Drinking
he grabbed
people's...
a large piece of plastic to use as a slide into the pool, but he didn't see the nail sticking out. Blood poured as his intestines coiled below him. His friend screamed for help, but it was too late.
Yo, what the hell was that? Bro, we're just splitting bodies in half now, Zack films? Yo, that is... yo, that is so traumatizing, bro. And by the way, this is just the start of the video. Yo, it's gonna get worse. Like, dude, yo. The animators do a great job of making you physically feel the pain that man went through, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. You only see that in cartoons for a reason. Because, bro, ain't nobody wanna see a body split in half.
The soldiers fired at the magician, who would catch the bullets between her teeth.
Hold on
you see,
now.
the bullets were actually blanks.
Oh.
And when they fired, she would reveal the one she had hidden in her mouth. But one soldier forgot to swap his round.
Yeah, one job only, bro. What?
And when the guns fired, a real bullet struck her in the stomach. Her husband rushed to help her, but the wound was too severe, and both she and their unborn child died just 2 days later.
No, are you? That's so tragic, bro. No, bro. Yo, you did not have to add the point or like the part where the child dies too. No, man, bro. That child could have been a superstar or the next prodigy. But that's so unfortunate, man. That's traumatizing. Catching bullet is considered one of the most cursed magic tricks. Some of the best magicians lost their lives for trying to perform it, bro. I'm gonna lie to you with you. Yo, magicians are low-key like psychopaths, bro. Like, why are you trying to get chained up, locked into a pool, and then there's like a jail cell you have to freaking escape, bro? And then like, what's even worse, bro? The pool they're locked in has like 10 locks you gotta unlock. Her being pregnant just made it worse. Yeah.
She stepped backwards.
Oh my gosh, I thought she was gonna her whole body was about to
right into the plane's spinning propeller. You see, she'd been photographing skydivers, and after landing, she walked between the propeller and the wing to get another shot. But the engine was still running, and as she lifted her camera, she backed up into the blades. They hit her at high speeds, causing serious injuries. And even though she was rushed to the hospital, it was too late.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Did you not hear that? And then you also hear the wind. Yo, I guess she didn't hear the propeller because Zack's voice. I guess she didn't.
He shoved handfuls of live
Yo, what we doing now? What we doing? Yo, cockroach! Dude, those are like rodents.
cockroaches in his mouth during a cockroach eating contest. As he attempted to swallow cockroach.
What is bro doing on the right? Look at this.
During a cockroach
bro, look at the guy on the right.
Eating contest.
What is bro doing?
To swallow them, he suddenly began to choke. The live roaches had caused his throat to constrict, completely cutting off his air supply. The crowd watched as he gasped for air, and he was rushed to the hospital.
Is no one gonna do the hoos?
But it was too late, and he was pronounced dead.
Nah, that's actually crazy though. No, bro, and not, bro, cockroaches are like this big, bro. They can't get up to this big. Like, I don't see. Look at this, bro. Like, look at this, bro. How you be eating this, dude? That's so big, bro. And that's what she said, for real. And no, actually, no, she wouldn't even say that. I'm gonna lie with you. That's low key average. But like, dude, that's for a cockroach, bro. That joint is huge.
He was knocked into the open manhole and fell 15 feet, but the tunnel was filled with boiling water and steam from a leaking pipe. The manhole was supposed to be covered with a vent stack, but it had somehow been moved, and the man fell straight into the boiling water. 60% of his body was burned, and hours passed before it was safe enough to get him out. Unfortunately, he died from the burns, and his neighbor was arrested for second-degree murder.
Oh, hell nah, bro. Yo, that's like medieval torture right there. Being boiled alive. Yo, imagine the pain, man. I couldn't even imagine that, actually. Yo. Damn, being cooked while you're still alive has to be the most miserable death. And the fact that, like, it's not, like, quick, I'm pretty sure. Like, it takes a while, bro. getting through all your muscles and shit and stuff.
She drank cup after cup of water, determined to win the contest.
Let's get it.
But as she continued, her stomach swelled and she began to feel dizzy. You see, drinking too much water can make the salt in your body drop dangerously low. And this caused her brain to swell so much that it couldn't function. Because of this, her lungs and heart stopped working. And after drinking nearly 2 gallons, she tragically died.
Bro, athletes be drinking like gallons a day. Okay, no, this is one sitting though. What am I saying? 2 gallons is approximately 7.57 liters, y'all.
The platform suddenly collapsed under the weight of the 17 students, and they fell 130 feet before smashing into the ravine below. That's because the platform had been made with nails instead of bolts and was never approved for construction. 2 witnesses scrambled down to help, while another ran 5 miles to contact police. But it took 2 hours for an officer to reach them, and another 4 until helicopters lifted them all out. Tragically, only 4 students made it out alive.
Oh, that's legit the definition of traumatizing, bro. You and your buddies are going on a trip, right? And then for some reason, all of them but like 2 of you guys survive. That's gotta be bad, man. And you're gonna have like PTSD and stuff. That one guy ran for 5 miles. Must be absolute adrenaline rush. He's on a mission for 5 miles. Is crazy, bro.
The phone was dropped into the open pit toilet. The woman's husband.
Ooh, that's gotta be one of my worst nightmares, bro. Dropping your phone into a sewer or like a toilet. Your phone is precious.
Then jumped in to get it, but the pit was full of toxic fumes. And as he breathed them in, he fell unconscious. Horrified, his mother went in to save him, but also collapsed. Then the woman and her father-in-law entered, but they both fainted from the poisonous gases. 2 neighbors tried to help, but it was too late. They used ropes to pull all 6 people from the tank, but the first 2 people had already died, and the others fell seriously ill.
Oh man, that's so unfortunate. Cause you wouldn't know until you get there. Cause fumes like that, I feel like they get trapped. Even with like a hole, like they be like just that fumes just be stuck there. You know what I mean? Even the phone was like, guys, stop it already. They were addicted to the YouTube shorts, bro.
The jack collapsed.
Oh!
Crashing down.
What the hell
he
is?
was fixing it? He was pinned underneath, crushed by the weight of the car.
Oh my gosh, his knee.
But instead of helping, witnesses went through his pockets, taking his.
Yeah, nah, that's crazy, yo. That's like you're taking money from a kid, bro, or you're taking money from the crippled. Yo, that's fricked up.
His wallet and keys. They stole his wife's belongings from inside the car that was crushing
Get
him.
that Birkin.
And even drove off with his daughter's car, using the keys they took. By the time police arrived, he was already dead.
Yo, nah, that's messed up, bro. Not gonna lie, yo. Like, come on, robbers gotta have morals, and no, they don't. But like, dude, if I was a robber, you gotta have morals, man. You can't be stealing money from a kid. Never in my watches, but I see in the situation, anything to rob them, absolutely unbelievable, yeah.
She was walking her bike as the drawbridge began to open.
Yo!
As the gap widened, she became trapped between the sections.
Oh!
She clinged to the edge.
Oh, no. Wait.
As she screamed for help, but the bridge kept moving. One man rushed to grab her, but couldn't hold on without falling himself. She eventually slid into the opening and vanished to her death. The operator later admitted she hadn't checked the walkway before raising the bridge.
No, dude, for a second, I thought she was somehow gonna like get like squashed together right here. For those who don't know, if you fall into high water speeds, it can act like concrete. Exactly. This ain't like Minecraft, y'all.
The cigarette ignited the gauze, and the whole dress went up in flames. The Archduchess screamed, and servants tried to put out the fire, but she suffered severe burns and died.
W transition though.
You see, the young woman loved to smoke, even though her father wouldn't let her. During a party, she snuck out of the balcony to enjoy a cigarette, but her father came out and surprised her. She hid the cigarette in the folds of her dress, which ended up being a big mistake.
Nice.
He was pulled into the dryer and trapped inside.
Yo!
Now, this was an industrial dryer, and the man had been clearing the conveyor belt that fed clothes into the machine. But when he climbed on to reach the blockage, he got caught up in the clothes, and there was no one there to help him. Temperatures soared over 300 degrees, and 20 minutes later, co-workers found his dead body.
Oh my gosh, bro. 300 degrees? Dude, that must have been hot as balls. I feel like those shorts have become 1,000 ways to die. Dude, this is insane, yo.
A man fell behind a large refrigerator unit at the supermarket where he worked in 2009. Now, he was seriously trapped, but his cries for help were drowned out by the noise of the cooler.
Oh no, this has gotta be a damn way to die, bro. Upside down. Not even joking. This is a medieval torture. And medieval tortures, by the way, are one of the worst punishments in history. I'm not even joking, bro.
Days passed, and weeks turned into months with no leads on his whereabouts.
Didn't I check security cameras, bro? Bro, what? Yo, that's genuinely messed up.
It was 10 years later that contractors began working on the now abandoned supermarket. As they moved the refrigerator unit, they found the man's remains wedged behind it.
Dude, nah, that's nah, I don't know if I can keep watching anymore, bro. Nah, you genuinely, like, this is not gruesome, but this is like, bro, like, just realizing the tragedy of this, man. That's so bad. The fact the smell was there for so long, but the store did nothing. It raises major suspicions of the store cleanliness. Yeah, that too, bro.
The bus slid off.
But you know, that still pisses me off. Like, did they not like check? I mean, you wouldn't have like a reason to check cameras. Not gonna lie with you. Like, you wouldn't, because you didn't know. You know what I mean? Oh, that's just okay. Let's move on, y'all, because this is bad. These wasted dives are just so bad.
The bus slid off the icy road during a snowstorm, plunging 30 feet into
Oh, no.
the lake. It landed partially submerged, with its front end underwater. 6 passengers escaped through a broken window, but as they climbed out, the bus shifted and slid deeper into the
No.
lake, disappearing into the frozen depths with the driver and 15 students still inside. Divers later found the bus 210 feet underwater, recovering only 5 bodies. The other 9 victims were never found and laid to rest in the depths of the frozen lake.
Oh nah, you know what? I think I had enough of Zack films, bro. Like, this was honestly one of like the worst episodes of watching tragic deaths by Zack films. If you guys want to see more content like this, click this video here.